Hans Zimmer said music is 50% of the movie. And while we aren't able to get Hans Zimmer to score every single one of our YouTube videos or creative projects, there are a ton of resources out there for young filmmakers to use. And while there are an abundance of paid resources that we can go to, there are a few free resources that I think work really, really well. Now, the thing about the free resources is you usually have to take your time to research into them. So they take a little getting used to find your workflow and to find something that you really feel fits your project. And another thing about the free resources is that they come at the price of being used in other projects. So you might have a song or a particular instrumental that you like, but you definitely run the risk of it being used by somebody else. So let's get into it. The first resource is called Free Music Archive. I'm going to get on the computer so I can show you where to find these resources and how to use them. The first one is Free Music Archive. So I'll search for Free Music Archive here. It's the first one that pops up there. And so with the Free Music Archive, you can search up here by genre, and you can see that there's a number of genres, but the way I prefer is to actually search. So you can search anything. I'm just trying to get to this menu, and this allows you to sort by license. And that's what's important to me, because I have to, I do a lot of commercial projects, and I have to use music, I have to use instrumentals that are available strictly for commercial use. So the way you sort by that is you click Allows for Commercial Use. You'll see it selects everything that is in that category. And I'm not going to search for a song or artist or album. I'll search a genre. Let's just say jazz. I'll press OK. And it will populate all of the different jazz artists and songs that are in the creative, that are allowed for commercial use. And so there's a huge list here. As you can see, there's more than 43 pages that you can go through, and there's basically only two ways to sort this list once you've found your genre. You can go by date added and most interesting. And most interesting is basically the most popular. And this is the way I prefer to search. But you will run the risk of having somebody else use this because it's the most popular tracks in that genre. But I found a ton of really good instrumentals, really good songs that I've liked here. And I think the Free Music Archive has the best and cleanest way to find music out there for free. So that being said, let's go to number 2. And that is SoundCloud. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows how to get to SoundCloud. We'll just get over here real quick. And again, with SoundCloud, it's the same type of deal. You'll just want to, hone down on the way that you search. So you'll want to navigate to the search, and let's do the same thing. Let's just look for jazz. And so what you'll want to do here is you'll want to click tracks, and we'll say to listen to use commercially. And again, if it's a creative project, you don't have to search commercially, but for most of us filmmakers out there, we have to use something that is, it's allowed for commercial use, because eventually we want to get it somewhere to where we can get paid. But if it's strictly a creative project, which is out of the norm, then you can search anything that's able to use creatively as opposed to strictly commercially. So the thing about SoundCloud, I feel, is that for the commercial songs, it could take a while to find one that you're allowed to actually download. There's a lot of people on SoundCloud that will require you to either, like, follow, comment, or share or something like that in exchange for a download. But I have found some really, really good gems on SoundCloud. So that's the thing about it. I feel like with SoundCloud, it's pretty much worth the search a lot of times. You'll find something that's really, really nice that you wouldn't have been able to find anywhere else. It's definitely worth the search most of the time. So the third is YouTube. Once you get into YouTube here, you're going to go to the Creator Studio, and you're going to go to Create, and the first thing it brings you to is the audio library. And the audio library is really functional. It's really, really easy to find what you're looking for. So like, for example, it already has the genre here, and I can click the jazz and the blues. So then it'll give me a list of the different songs. And again, the YouTube interface is probably the easiest interface to find what you're looking for. However, the quality I found on YouTube isn't terribly high, and a ton of people use it. So I feel like this is more geared towards YouTubers and like almost like non-commercial things, to where you can put it out and nobody's gonna catch on to what you're using. So YouTube's pretty much just around that area. There's some good stuff you can find quick, and it may work for what you're looking for, especially because they have some sound effects that are really nice, and those are great. But there's not as many gems as you'll find on SoundCloud and the Free Music Archive. So that's my top free music resources for filmmakers. And in my blog, I'm actually going to include a download where you can get the top 10 tracks that I've downloaded and used in my projects. So you can head over there, and I have the link in the description, and you can download those tracks. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, comment below, and I appreciate you guys watching.